Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. Whiskey in the Van Wednesday is back. In the van!
I am super excited for a bunch of different reasons today. Yep. Number one, it's St. Patrick's Week.
It is.
Number two, we're in the van, which is always nice.
We're cleaning it up for our summer series.
Exactly. And number three, we have a bottle that was gifted to us by our friend DK Tucker.
Thanks, DK.
Holy cow, look at this thing. Anything that comes in a box with this type of presentation, very nice. We are so excited to taste this whiskey. And it is aged 21 years, matured in 3 different woods. This is Bushmills single malt Irish whiskey. And it was aged in Oloroso sherry, bourbon, and Madeira casks for a deep maltiness with hints of spice. That's what they say. And one more thing I'm excited about is that we don't even have to open this bottle today. We can save it for a special occasion because our friend Kurt from SLB Drinks sent us a sample of it.
Thank you, DK Tucker and Kurt. I cannot wait to try this.
Yeah, Julie poured these before I got in the van, and when I got in, I said, "You poured those already, didn't you?" Because the entire
smells delicious.
The van is completely covered in the smell coming out of these glasses. And by the way, this bottle sells locally in the neighborhood of $250. We've seen it over $300, so it is not, I don't think, readily available. If you do find it, it's a little pricey. Cheers. We going to the nose first on this?
Nose.
Oh, for all the fruit that's in the atmosphere of the van right now, I actually got a ton of oak on when I stuck my nose in the glass.
Oh, when I got all fruit, it's like,
it's
to
very
me,
fruity.
Yeah, to me, it's like those, not sweet fruits, those pears and apples.
It's a little bit like a fruit cup.
Ooh.
Like those fruit cups with the juice in them, with the kind of mushy fruit. I never can identify it. It's all sort of pale in color, and it just kind of melts in your mouth. I don't know if it's really good fruit, but it, tastes good.
Yeah, there is a ton of oak, though. Yeah. I mean, a ton of oak.
And a little vanilla. What do you say?
Sláinte. Whoa. There's like so much apricot in this. That sip was so unexpected.
I'm checking the proof on this. It's only 80 proof.
Yeah, it does. It drinks kind of like an 80 proofer, but then there's like a heat that hits you on the finish. I cannot get over how much that tasted like apricot. Were you getting apricot at all?
I got apricot, but I also got a Dublin Snuggle.
Oh.
It definitely warmed me up right away. There's a lot to unpack here because there's a bitterness from that oak, a real bitterness that comes through, and a dryness that's making my mouth water like crazy. But then there's boatloads of fruit and butterscotchy caramel, toffee, sweetness there, vanilla. There's a lot of other things happening there. There's a ton to unpack here.
This is an intriguing whiskey.
Very interesting.
There are layers upon layers of flavors.
There is a heat that's on the back end of this. I just took a bigger second sip, chewed it for a good long time. I gotta say, whatever we do with this video, no matter how long it is, it's not gonna be long enough to do this whiskey justice.
Right.
Because there's so much going on. I could sit with this for an hour or two, just with this glass right here, unpacking flavors. There's so much going on here.
This is very interesting.
Yeah.
It's the citrusy rind, like that rind of a fruit that you get, you're getting that here, and it's not bad. It sounds weird to like say something like the rind of a fruit, but you totally get those flavors here.
You're so right on that.
I'm getting such a peppery note, but it's not off-putting. I think it takes that citrus. There's a little bit of like that spice. You got nice caramel. That oak is wonderful. It drinks super deliciously, and it's warming me up.
It coats beautiful. And the finish is sticking around. It's almost like a chalky vanilla finish. It's so strange because there's all these elements: minerality, earthiness, sweetness, fruit, oak, sugar. There's all these different things from all these different areas where sometimes you taste a whiskey and you go, oh, it's in this little piece of the pie or this little piece. I don't know what to make of it.
Well, I was just sitting here thinking 21 years aged.
Yeah.
Like, that's a long time.
Yeah.
I will say...
What were we doing 21 years ago?
drinking. Still drinking.
That sounds accurate. That sounds right to me.
I will say, sometimes when you get those aged bourbons, that oak overtakes everything and you kind of lose all of the flavors. This is so fruity, so oaky, so caramely. You're getting all of the things.
Yeah.
And it's not getting me any bitter oak.
So I am getting a little bit of bitter oak, but I think I know why that is for you. And it's because we're using bourbon barrels, Madeira casks, and sherry casks that have already been used, whereas in bourbon you're talking has to be new American white oak barrels. So it's getting a ton of that char, a ton of that oak. It's all being imparted. Because you're using used barrels here, you can leave it in there a little longer without the adverse effects.
Right. Good point.
Not to mention, you're aging this in an area that's probably cooler generally, the less temperature fluctuation than you see in a lot of America. So there is good reason for this to taste the way that it does without a whole lot of bitterness. There is some bitterness here, but it's not off-putting. It's almost like it reminds me of like stepping on crispy leaves and crushing them in the late fall. Like that's the vibe I get from this whiskey. It is really this is a fun sip. I'm having a great time.
It is really fun. My question to you, it's pricey. You know, $200-$300 plus, depending where you're getting it.
Yeah.
What do you think about that price point? This is a tough one for me because when we judge bourbons by the price, we're so experienced, quote unquote experienced drinking the different kinds, and so I can easily say like, I wouldn't pay for it, I would pay for it. I'm looking at that age statement of 21 years and I mean, you're not expecting that to be $50, but I don't know if it like drinks like some crazy elevated.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things we have to take into account.
Yeah.
Number one, if you're a novice drinker, do not go out and buy this bottle.
Right.
I don't care what you're interested in. This bottle makes a great gift for a whiskey drinker. It is a
wonderful gift.
Great bottle to buy and share with friends. If you have a whiskey drinking community, if you're part of a club, if you've got friends and family who are really into drinking different types of whiskey, great. You either split this with them or buy it and share it with them. As a whiskey that's super interesting, that I'm having a great time with, and this is one that I'm going to share with everybody when they come over and say, you got to try this because it's so unique. I think it's a great bottle, and I actually do think that I would buy this bottle, being who I am.
I was just about to say, we've been gifted or purchased some $200+ bottles over the years. This might be my favorite one that we've had. I don't know if it's just the fun flavors and it's just a little bit more lively instead of serious. Like, this is not, I mean, it's a serious drink in what you're getting out of it, but it invites having a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. It just another sip there. I'm getting like some vanilla toasted oak. Like, there's so much to like.
I think it's the brightness that's getting me. Like, it's not deep, dark flavors. These are bright, fun flavors that you're digging out. Yeah,
and the nose was very dark, very rich.
Yeah.
And on the palate, it's surprisingly bright. The finish that's where a little bit of that bitterness shows up. There's a lot to like. There's only a little bit not to like.
Right.
Which would probably be that bitterness, which I could see that being a turnoff for some people.
Right.
But by and large, I think it's a great glass of whiskey. It's a great bottle of whiskey.
Yes.
And I'm super thrilled with it because I can't wait to share this with people.
I like it. I don't have anything else to say except that I like it, and I'm grateful to DK Tucker. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to DK Tucker for the bottle. Thank you to Kurt from SLB Drinks for the sample. And let us know, have you tried the Bushmills 21? What do you think of it? Are you buying more bottles to give out as gifts or to bring home and share with your friends? Are we crazy? You'll let us know in the comments. And from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers. I was not thinking it was going to taste like this. Sold.